to the boys.
Woo! Oh, I fucked.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. As you can tell, we're on the road right now. I am with Brian, and we are on our way to San Diego to drop off the Insight that's back there, and then we're going to be swinging up to City of Industry, heading by Saibon, having dinner with the same guy we had last time. What is his name? John Yoshinaga. So yeah, we'll be in the SoCal area, and no meat this time. I know if you guys messaged me and asked for one, but we'll be coming back in a few weeks to pick up the Insight, and we might have something planned for you then. So keep a lookout on both of our pages for that. But yeah, we've been up since what, 4:30. We've been on the road since about 5:30ish. So about another hour and a half. Got about 100 miles to go. So
Yep.
We'll catch up with you guys once we get to Autopower. Well, we made it to Autopower. Little tiny building. Look cool.
This one you do? Oh, good.
What's going on?
So that will stabilize it a lot for up above 300 horsepower.
All right, so we made it out to the to Autopower right now. Sorry if the lighting is bad. I'm obviously getting some out of the truck. So we just dropped off the Insight, took it off the trailer, and they're just kind of finishing it up right now, getting the last few pieces out of it. So we're gonna go film a thing for Brian quick for the VTEC Academy channel. And actually, the other guy here wearing the VTEC Academy shirt, that is Aaron. He is the other editor for the VTEC Academy channel. So, dropping stuff ready. Let's go do this.
Yay.
Picked up a cage, or a roll bar, dropped off the Insight. Moving on. Where are we going next?
Next, we are going, well, probably go have lunch with him.
That guy?
Yeah, let's do lunch.
Lunch.
We're actually not doing tacos this time. We're doing a barbecue.
Oh, really? Is that this way?
Yeah, he's doing some stuff for customers. Barbecue grill.
Hey, did you want the coleslaw in the sandwich or on the side?
On the side.
On the side?
Yep.
And did you want to add any sides to it?
Alright, so lunchtime is over. The place was actually pretty darn good, and San Diego is freaking so nice out here. Wish I would have brought my skateboard. This is perfect skating weather, but we'll have to plan a separate trip for that. So I think are we gonna go drop that stuff off right now, or we're just heading straight up north to Saibon?
We are going to head to Saibon.
Saibon.
Yeah, the other place is actually, yeah, they're both up north.
Yeah.
The other place is Redondo Beach, which is near where we're having dinner, so we'll do that probably
Cool.
when we go to dinner.
So I don't know if any of you San Diego locals, maybe Tommy, have you had Phil's Barbecue, but this place is pretty good. We don't really have much barbecue places like this back in Arizona, so kudos. Is this all you guys do is sit in traffic out here? Alright, so the plans have changed a little bit. Brian forgot to set us up a meeting, so we called the office at Saibon, whatever. And the guy's not in town, or he's not there until Monday, so we're kind of SOL on that. And we're still going to the other place to drop off the parts that we had originally brought out for their friend, So depending on if somebody's at the house, we might be able to see one of the OG Hasport Honda Preludes, which I Google image searched it because I hadn't seen it. It looks pretty darn sick, so maybe. Other than that, we're just gonna have to find something to do for a few hours. So trying to not get caught up in traffic and trying to stay close to the coast. So not much else to do, but I guess wait it out. Maybe get coffee and sit and enjoy Wi-Fi or something. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
Coffee's an awesome idea.
Yeah, I need it.
Coffee and Wi-Fi.
Yeah, falling asleep all day.
Me too. Holy crap. All right, that's a plan. That's a plan.
All right, so we found ourselves I almost said Dunkin'. Dunkin' flows through me. We found a Starbucks, so we're gonna sit here for a bit, kind of perk up a little bit because we've been stuck in the truck for so long. So
Percolate up.
and see where the rest of the day takes us after we meet up for dinner. Alright, so I don't know how well you guys can see this, but we're going to do a live stream while we're sitting here because we got about an hour and a half to kill, so let's do it. So what's up, guys? It's been a little bit since the last update, but we, after coffee, after the live stream, which if you guys watched it, you're awesome, we came here to King's Hawaiian. So it's a pretty legit place. It's like a Hawaiian restaurant, but I don't know. It's Hawaiian food and it's really good. And I had poke for the first time, which is like a type of sushi, and it was freaking legit. So we're here with a couple of Brian's friends, and one of them has a pretty sick Honda N600, I guess. So we're gonna check it out really quick and film a little thing for VTEC Academy. A little interview maybe. Just walk in the car, but I'm gonna show you guys the car anyway. Figured you wanted your jacket. Yeah. That's not chilly. This thing is gorgeous.
It is. It's very cool. I even look at the material. Do that. Yeah.
It's just like a little old school mini.
Yeah,
Mini
exactly.
Cooper.
Oh, exactly.
I thought you drove up in it when I first pulled up. I go, oh, Brian wants this little N600 up here.
There you go if you want that.
Did you make that guy before that, or the holder for that?
No, it's a company called Beastrip. This was one of their early prototypes. They made like 50 of them, and now they make a bigger one.
You were thinking about making one.
I was. I've actually made several, but just not as nice as this one.
I'd love to have something like this one day. Just something classic.
Yes, it's fun.
Yeah, but it could happen soon.
Yeah, run, drive it to work, mess around with it.
Oh, it's cool if you don't see him. Right, so that's
Oh,
what
not
makes
at all, yeah.
Oh, I don't see him at all. Zero.
So that's why it's like nice to have something old because you don't see him.
I know, pretty cool.
Oh, he's just
I'm joking there.
Oh, thanks.
Backpack in there.
Interior is in such good shape too.
Yeah, interesting. It's so authentic. You can pop the back open.
Is it just a latch back here or what?
Yeah, well, there's no lock.
Uh-oh. That's it?
Oh, you have the sedan, not the hatchback.
hazard.
The sedan?
Yeah, this is the sedan. The
That's so
hatchback
cool.
has a whole hatch.
Oh,
Yeah, there's two different models.
That's so awesome.
Come on, guys.
have the luxury model.
Yeah. You have the sedan.
It'll start up.
Hopefully it'll start up.
That thing's only running on 2 cylinders.
That's so awesome. Honda N600 is definitely a car that I'd like to get someday. That's the cleanest one I've ever seen. I don't know about Brian, but
I've seen perfect ones.
Yeah, well, to me, that one
one's
was
very nice.
Yeah, that one was perfect for me. So maybe
I like
one
the
day.
flares.
Yeah, the flares look good too. And if you guys didn't catch the two-stroke joke, it's a two-cylinder. So
4-stroke, 2-cylinder.
yeah, when he said it sounded like 2 cylinders. Yeah, it's a 2-cylinder. Race car on a rotisserie.
I believe this was a quarter pound that was bad that he replaced.
This one up here.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing's definitely going to be pretty sick and all, but I think we should go check out that Prelude again.
Yeah.
The OG Hasport Prelude.
See this? See how it's flared
Yeah.
for the wider wheels and tires. Yeah.
Custom.
Yeah. We built this car, gosh, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago. This was an engine we originally built for the black and blue car, the black and blue Civic. It's got Crowder internals, Crowder cams. It's got a full race turbo kit. It's probably good for about 550 horsepower, although I think we've only tuned it to about 350 on high boost, or maybe 450 on high boost and 350 on low boost. We actually made a custom 4-speed gearbox for it. We put a handcuff where 5th gear goes. Then we put wide accord gears on it, which are wide spaced, and a 405 final drive out of the, I think it's a Saudi Arabian or Indian, like India, East India, CRV. So it's a special, so that we should be able to have just a 4-speed, and it's a lot stronger because we're a little concerned about being a turbo motor with this much horsepower of eating the gears. The radiator is like an RSX racing radiator. We modified it to go in here. You can see it's got ductwork. So this custom ductwork is there's an oil cooler, the intercooler, and then here are the other brake ducts here on the side. They feed brake ducts. They also feed other oil coolers. There's these tubes that come off here. One of them will feed the brake cooling, and the other one will feed actually a transmission cooler on that side and an oil cooler on this side. Let's see here. We've got special heat shielding around the manifold to keep the heat off the engine so we don't get heat soaked. All the intercooler piping was actually cut by me and welded by John Owen at Future Fab. Again, done years ago. If you look at all the custom wiring and everything, it uses a Honda system, but it has full data acquisition. If you look at all the wiring, it was done by one of Bernardo's friends. I'll have to get the guy's name. But it has Moton suspension. We made these special top hats that we can space up and down to raise and lower the shocks. It's designed to run a 245 tire, although at some point we may put fender flares on it so it can run even a wider one. If you come over here and look at the interior, it has basically, here are the 3 reservoirs right here for the 3 master cylinders. You have the 2 brake cylinders with the brake bias bar, and you have the clutch master cylinder. There's actually a dash shell that goes over top of everything to kind of cover it up. But you can see there's basically wrapped aluminum. This is like a modified Prelude, center console with some aluminum add-ons to it. This particular shifter we actually custom made. It's originally made out of a 90 Accord metal shifter. We made a special bracket for it and everything, and custom length cables so that we could move the seat way back. You can see the seat's back a lot farther than it normally would be in a Prelude. You can see the extension on the steering wheel as well. It's running, I forget what the data acquisition is. Let's go over to the other side. Well, let's look at a few other things going on. On each side, there's actually an on-off power switch that operates a solenoid. The solenoid is right here. That disconnects the power. Okay. The carbon fiber hood is a Cybon hood that's been modified by Brian Kono at After Hours Automotive. He does a lot of custom race work. He installed the latches and also cut out the webbing on the inside of the hood to kind of lighten it up, and then reinforced it. He also installed the rear deck lid back here. As you can see, made this special center panel that goes over the center. We'll get around to that here in just a second. I don't know if you can see, these are the supports for the wing. They actually come up through the hood. When we designed this car, we actually made these supports go all the way down through to the floor of the car so that they weren't pushing on a flexible trunk lid. They're actually transferring all the force down to the bottom of the car. There's a large fuel cell in here. At some point we might want to run this car in endurance events. On top of that, in order to run it on endurance events, we also made this quick fill system back here. You come back here, you can see the way this quick fill system works. Let's see. There's the fuel line down, the overflow over the side. Those little balls are actually, in case it turns upside down, they seal everything off. You can see it's got dual fuel pumps and filter and a filter, and there's actually a surge tank in there as well that's fed by 2 other pumps, and that makes sure that it's never going to run lean. You can see our custom wing mounts up here. These actually are cantilevered back, and what that does is that allows us to use kind of a lower angle of attack for less drag, but because it comes back here behind the car, you get a little bit more leverage. You have the diffuser back here. It has vanes in it to help keep the air organized. Eventually we're going to have a flat bottom in it. We haven't gotten that far yet. Let's see what else. Let's go around this way. Back over here to this side, you can see the VTEC seat, the extended steering wheel, the AIM data acquisition and display. You can see all the custom wiring that's done. If you look right here, you can also see the master cylinder setup. There's actually individual pressure sensors for each one of the lines so they can monitor how the brakes are doing when it's running. You can also, by monitoring that, see if there's air getting into certain things that shouldn't be there.
Good God, let's talk about those brakes for a
Yeah.
second.
The brakes are Willwood. These actually are fast brakes setup, and you can see the air ducts for them. Here's the catch can down here low. Again, the Moton shocks. It also has ABS sensors. That's for not only if we want to use traction control, it's also for monitoring what the individual wheels are doing when they're running. Of course, steel braided brake lines. And the upper suspension, rather than having a adjustable upper ball joint, what he has is shims in the upper control arms, and by shimming it up or down, he can actually add camber gain under cornering so that he doesn't have to run a lot of camber when he's going straight down the track. When he's going straight down the track, the tires are fairly flat, so they get good traction. Because the lower control arms, the upper control arms are set up like that, as soon as he starts to corner, the fact that they're at an angle like this gives him a lot of camber gain. So what winds up happening is, under compression when you're cornering, that's when you gain camber, and the tires then stay flat to the ground as the car is cornering. The wrap, okay. If you notice, the wrap has kind of unique features. This was designed by Andy Hope, a racer friend of ours, who now works at the Porsche Driving Experience. He actually had a friend of his, I believe he worked at Disney in animation, do this illustration. This kind of represented a group of friends that Andy had that were all helping with his car and also with Bernardo's car. So there's representation of the mad scientist. I believe that was Ron Hossey, correct? There is, I'm not really sure who the other two people represent, but this was designed to represent Andy. Anyway, he had a website called Circuit Monsters. It might even still be live, and he was going to try and do a lot of stuff with racing on the site. Although since he's been working with Porsche, he's been kind of occupied doing that, so it's kind of languished.
What they're doing a swap is the main thing.
They're doing a swap. That's
Yeah.
correct.
Because it's a
That's-
Hasport car.
Yeah, that is the main thing. You'll notice that is actually a turbo K series motor that they're actually doing a swap with. The guy who was the artist was kind of a gearhead himself a little bit. So you can see right there, you've got a K series engine swap going into the car. Very cool.
So, in other words, it's one of the sickest cars I've seen from Hasport since I've been hanging out with them. So. Alright, so we're back at the hotel right now. We finally stopping for the night. Yeah, so basically today was pretty rad. We got out here, went to San Diego, went to Autopower, met up with the guys from Honda, got to see the N600, got to see some race cars down at one of their driver's house down here. And all in all, it was pretty sick. So I'm just going to end this video off right here. I'm sure we got enough footage for the day with going on the cars and whatnot. And just kind of showing you guys around and vlogging it up, having a good time. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you like this type of video. If you want to see more, because we'll be coming back here in like 2 weeks, I think, to pick up the car again. So we're going to try and host a meet then, like I said. So, yeah, just be on the lookout for that. I should be posting about it. So we'll know for sure here in a couple of weeks. But other than that, yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys for the next video. So peace out.
Perfect